Hello, it's Michael, and in this tutorial I'll be creating a quick and simple website template using nothing but HTML and CSS. You'll see how easy and fun it is to create templates once you've mastered the basic concepts. So let's get into it. So here you'll notice I have some pretty standard HTML markup which are important when you're creating a web page. There's a doc type decoration which helps to render your web page correctly. There's a HTML tag, which is what we're coding in. There's a head and the body tag as well. In the head tag you'll find stuff such as the title, and in the body you'll find stuff such as the paragraphs, the images, everything that puts your web page together. So to create this simple website template, first we need to identify the sections that the web page will have. So if you notice here, we have a header, there's also a menu with some links, there's a content area, and there's a footer. So in our code, we'll have to divide the pages with these sections. So I'll first start with the header, just simply creating divisions for the web pages. This is the menu, and after the menu you'll notice that there's the content area followed by the footer. So I'll create divisions for those two. And if you're wondering what this division thing is all about, it just helps us to style the web page and put a complete website together, apply colors, apply different effects and stuff to everything on the web page. Surrounding all of this, I'll put a container, which helps to keep everything together. And that's pretty much it. Now what's left to do is actually apply some styles to this, to apply the colors and the graphics that you see on the site, the background and stuff. As you can see at the moment, it's quite blank. So I'm going to style the page. To do that, I'll first create a link to the style sheet. Which is called style.css and is in the same folder as my web page. And then let the styling begin. So first I'll be styling the body of the page, and to do that I'll go over to the style sheet style.css and write body. Let's also add HTML, and I'm going to add a height of 100%, specify a font family of Arial, a backup font, and a generic font family name. And let's also add an image which will be used throughout the web page on the background. And this file is called, this image is striped underscore lens. So I'll say images / striped underscore lens .png. And let's also say font size 100%. Hit save and refresh on the web page, and notice that the background is displayed. It basically tiles across the entire web page. So the next thing I'm going to style is the container, which is the next division. So it's an ID, notice. So I'll go to the web page and say container, and for this I'm also going to set a height of 100%. I'm going to set the margin to be 0 auto, which allows for the web page to be centered, and I'm going to set a width of 960 pixels. Hit save, go to the page and refresh. You're not exactly seeing anything, so I'm going to apply a border for demonstration purposes. Hit save, and that's what we have so far. So now that we have an understanding of what the container looks like, we can go ahead and remove this. And now we're going to actually style the header. That's the next thing on the list. So we go header, and let's set a height of about 125 pixels. It should be displayed somewhere here. Of course, I removed this outer border. And let me go back to the HTML file and the link to the banner. So it is image source equal images. The name of the file is banner. And let's give it an alt attribute. Hit save, go to web page and refresh, and there we go. Notice how it's quite centered in the web page because it's within the container, which has that margin 0 auto. So go back to the web page, and the next thing that we're going to style is the menu. So go back to the style sheet, right, menu. Let's give it a height of about 50 pixels, a relative position, width of 100%, and let's apply a background color of black. Back to the web page and refresh, and there's our menu. Of course, I haven't created the menu links as yet, so I'll very quickly do that. And I'll be using the unordered list tag, which is very commonly used to create menu items. I'll have 3 of them, and within the list item tags, of course, there will be links. Let's call one home, the other resources, and the final one features. So I'll hit save, go to the browser and refresh, and there we go. Of course, the layout is a bit messed up, but we can fix all of that. So now I'm going to style the unordered list, which is found in the menu division. So back to the style sheet, menu, UL, and let's give a width of 100%. Let's set the position relative, which should fix that mix up. Actually, position absolute, which should fix things a bit. Let's also close this and add list style none, which helps to remove the default bullets, which you aren't exactly seeing because the background is already black. So if I go ahead and refresh, and there we go. So now we're going to fix the presentation of the links and have them display inline. And to do that, I'm going to target the list item tag, which is found within the unordered list, which is found within the menu. So I go back and I say menu, UL, li, and for this, I'm going to say display block and float left. So I'll go back here now and refresh, and there we go. So let's add some spacing because clearly these are too close to each other. So I'm going to space things out a bit, and to do that I'm going to target the anchor tags, which are found within the list item, which is found within the unordered list, which is found within the menu. So I go menu, UL, li, a. Let's give it a color, which is an RGB value I'll be using, and this should give a sort of gray color, which should look a little bit black, a little bit better on the black background. I'm also going to apply a font size about 0.9 em, and I'm going to remove the default lines which are found on the links. Let's see what we have so far. Pretty cool. Now let's add a padding so we can space things out a bit. 16 pixels for the top and bottom padding, and about 10 pixels for the left and right. And let's also give a margin left of 1 pixel to space each list item out a bit. There we go. If you want to see an illustration of what this looks like, I'm going to apply a temporary background color of red. Go back to the browser and refresh, and there we go. So all of this area is completely clickable. So let me go back and remove that. And now I'm going to style the content. But before I actually do that, I want to have an effect that when I hover over a link, you can actually know that you're hovering over a link. So I'm going to target the hover property of the link, and I'm going to say color white, and that should give the white appearance that I'm looking for. Pretty cool. Okay, so now I'm going to style the content, which is the next division. I'm going to set a min height of 30 pixels, and this will allow the content area to stretch. I'm going to set the padding this is top, right, bottom, left padding, so that the content is not too close to the edges of our content area. Let's set a border bottom, the RGB value, just to see where things lie. A font size, and a line height, and the line height will allow each line of text to be slightly spaced. Go here and refresh, and there's our border bottom there. It has a min height of 30 pixels. That is the minimum height that should be displayed regardless of whether there's content there or not. So I have some content here, and let me apply it to the web page. So I go back here and type there, hit save, go to the browser and refresh. And of course you can paste this again, and you'll notice that the content area stretches as it goes down. So the final thing that I'm going to style now very quickly is the footer. And to do that, I'll go footer. Let's set a width of 100%. Margin bottom of 3 pixels. Let's also give it a font size of 0.8 em. And we're actually going to display the copyright notice within the footer, so I'm going to center that, bold it, and give it a top padding so that there's a little separation from the line that is below the content area. I'm going to apply a copyright notice, which gives the copyright symbol and copy. And I'm going to write copyright 2013. Hit save, go to the browser and refresh, and there we go. Pretty cool template. So I hope you try this out, and actually I hope you follow the tutorial and try it out for yourself. If you want to download this template, I have it available online at www.grabyourspace.com. You can go to what we're offering for free, and there's a download link. You can get this template for download here. Also, if you make a purchase from the store, such as purchasing a web hosting package or purchase a domain name, you'll get the full version, which includes a slideshow. There's a content area, there's a nicely presented footer area, and there's a couple links. It's fully customizable, and there's full instructions that will help you to customize this template and make it your own. So thank you for watching, and look out for more tutorials.